Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about hatching shipped eggs from eBay. What to expect, is it for you, what you can do to better hatch with eBay eggs. So here are some things you need to know about shipped egg. Is that it is a big risk. Most sellers actually do a good job at packaging egg, but UPS does a horrible job at handling your eggs. Some eggs might be shipped right to your door, which you do not want that, and some eggs might even be x-ray, which actually is not good for the eggs. Most sellers will actually contact you and see if you want your eggs delivered right to your door or hold at the post office for you to pick up. You actually want to go pick up the eggs from the post office. This is actually safer. So one thing you want to do when you start shopping for eggs on eBay is always look at the seller's review before making a purchase. Some eggs you can just buy right away. Some of them are actually auctioned, so it's up to you, however you like it. I always buy from sellers that are MPIP certified. That means their flock has been tested, they're healthy, they're clean, and that's what I usually go for. So after you get some eggs from eBay, let's say they arrived all safely, you still have to incubate the eggs and see if the eggs are actually fertile, see if the eggs will develop. And that is also another big risk you have to keep in mind when you're buying shipped eggs, that not all of them are going to be fertile. If they are fertile, some of them might develop blood rings, and that's actually not good too. So if you do not have the extra money to spend and you do not want to waste money on eggs that might not even hatch, this is not for you. You want to find a local breeder nearby, buy some eggs from her or him and hatch them, and you'll have a better result that way. But today I'm going to be buying some shipped eggs from eBay and we're going to hatch them. I'm going to show you what I do to have a better successful hatch rate, and I'm going to start looking for eggs. The first breed that crossed my mind was the cream crested leg bar because they lay the blue eggs. The second breed I was looking at is black copper marins, and they are the one that laid the dark red chocolate eggs, and that's what I want as well. So when you find the eggs you want on eBay, you definitely want to read everything in the description. This actually tells you everything that might help you improve your eggs, what they are sending you, if the eggs are fresh or not. So it could be like a pre-sale too. Maybe they'll include that into the description, but you want to read all of that before you start buying. So you can see here I'm buying auction eggs, and somebody actually tried to bet against me within the last 10 seconds. They raised it up to 65, but my bet was at 70, so I actually won this bet. So the next thing you need is a reliable incubator. I always use my Brinsea. This is my most trusted incubator, and I love this incubator a lot. What I'm doing here is I'm just sanitizing it again. I already sanitized it a long time ago, but it's been a while since I hatched some eggs, so I'm going to sanitize it. I'm going to be doing a dry hatch. That means I'm not going to be using any water to control the humidity. The humidity that's in the incubator actually stay at 20 to 25, sometimes 28. And here are the cream crested leg bars. They have arrived, and I'm gonna unpackage them and show you guys how this seller packaged her eggs. So this seller does a foam packaging system, which is pretty good, but when I opened the box and I was taking the foams out, I noticed that it was a little bit wet, so I knew that some of the eggs would have actually cracked. This is because the post office ignored the message on the box which says hold to pick up. They just delivered this right to my door along with the marin eggs, which come a little bit later. They were actually delivered to my door as well. This egg right here is actually cracked, and that first egg I didn't take out was actually cracked as well, which is horrible, but she did send me extra eggs just in case this happens, so thank you. So for the marin eggs, she actually packaged these as a bubble wrap and then put into the egg carton and shipped. This seller did a really good job packaging. I like the way she packaged her eggs, but unfortunately when I was unpackaging these eggs, I actually cracked one of them. but this seller did send extra, so thank you as well. I didn't get a chance to record the whole video because for some reason my camera stopped halfway. But bear with me. I did get some eggs from here. I'm letting them sit with the pointy end down. It is recommended to let them sit with the pointy end down for at least 24 hours. I usually do a 3-day rest so the eggs settle instead of the 24 hours, and I actually find that's actually a really good tip. As long as these eggs are fresh, they can sit for at least a week, and the longer they sit, the better, because eggs actually needs to rest and stabilize. The air bubble needs to come back to the top. And here I'm just candling them. You do not want to incubate eggs that have been cracked like this one right here. I should throw this one away. I actually got 2 broody hens in the backyard as well, and these are just my backup incubator just in case I have a blackout. There have been a couple of storms in my area. So 24 hours before I set the eggs in, I want to start the incubator up. This is actually day 2. Tomorrow will be day 3 when I put the eggs in. I just want the incubator to run for 24 hours so the heat stabilizes before I put any eggs in there. I'm going to be putting the eggs into the trays tonight, but tomorrow I will be putting the eggs into the incubator, and I'll come back and candle them on day 7, and we'll see if any of them are developing. So the most important part about hatching shipped eggs is actually just letting them sit longer than 24 hours and longer than what you think they should be resting for. So right here, I got the eggs in here. I actually got some silky eggs in here as well, as long as some Trader Joe eggs that I did a video on. If you have not seen that, you could go back to my previous video where I actually hatched some store-bought eggs. And this is just the eggs rotating left to right. Every 45 minutes it will go the other way. And this is how the automatic egg turner works in this incubator. So if you're in a rush to incubate your eggs, you can actually throw them in the incubator 24 hours after you rest them with the pointy end down. Just make sure the turner is turned off so the eggs get to rest and incubate at the same time for 5 days. After the 5th day, you can actually turn the turner back on and make sure the eggs turn. So we're going to skip to day 7 like it's just magic, and we're going to candle the eggs. I'm actually not going to be candling the Marin eggs today because they're too dark. I won't be able to see anything. But I am going to be candling the cream leg bars, and most of them were really good. This egg is actually developing. You can see some veins right there. So this egg right here is actually developing really good, but as I turn it around, you will see that the air bubble is actually really messed up, and that's because UPS did a horrible job at delivering these eggs. All of these eggs are good. I'm gonna try a Marin egg just to let you guys see how you can't really see much going in there because the egg's too dark. You won't be able to see any veins, so I'll come back on day 14 to candle these. But in the meantime, put all the eggs back inside the incubator, and we're gonna wait until day 14 to candle the Marin eggs. So this is day 14. I'm just candling the Marin eggs and see if they're fertile or not. As you can see, it's a little bit better than the last clip that I showed you guys. I'm gonna be putting these eggs back, and we'll come back on day 18 to put them in lockdown. Here I'm just cutting out some liner sheet. It is day 18 now. Fast forward to day 18. I'm going to be putting the liner sheet at the bottom of the incubator, lay all the eggs flat. The chicks need something to grip onto with their toes so that they can walk properly, because if they don't have this, sometimes the chicks could have curl toes, and I do not want that in my flock. So I'm going to be laying this liner sheet before I put the eggs on top. So at this point, the silky eggs were the first one to actually pip. I took those out, and then the cream crusted leg bars started pipping on day 20. Some of the Marin eggs are pipping as well. And here I actually got a really good clip of one of the cream crested leg bars hatching. So this is day 20 at nighttime, and a couple of them, or more than a couple of them, are hatched. I just want to remind you guys that I am doing a dry hatch, so I did not put any water in here to control the humidity. Nothing is boosted for the humidity. Once the chick starts hatching, they'll create their own humidity, which stays around 45 to 48, sometimes 50, and that's exactly where I want it. So it is day 21, 8 a.m. Most of the chicks have hatched already. I'm setting up a brooder in the garage for them. And once a couple of them hatch more, and then I'll take everybody out and I'll explain which one is which, and we'll have a head count. So we're going to be doing the Marins first. There's black, blue, and splash Marins in here. This one is a splash. You can see a little feather on his feet. That's how I can tell them apart from the white leghorn that I got from Trader Joe's. So in the brooder already are the white leghorn. They're just resting over here. Before I put the Marins in, I like to dip their beaks in the water so that they know where the water is at. They can always learn how to eat later, and I'm not too worried about that. So I saved the cream crested leg bar for last because they are auto sex breed, which means you can tell the boys from the girls right when they hatch. So this is how you tell the girls from the boys. The girls have a dark chipmunks along their backs, and they have an eyeliner, which I will show you right now. She has a eyeliner right on her eye right there, if you can see, and she appeared very chipmunk from the top of her head all the way to the back. And I'm gonna be bringing the boy in. He has a white dot on top of his head. He doesn't have that eyeliner as clear as hers, but he does have a little bit right there. And he appeared to be a little bit more light with the chipmunk color not really there compared to her. Her chipmunk color is really nice, and his is more on the light side. Turns out that I got 4 girls and 3 boys from here, so I'm really happy about that. So the same thing with the cream crested leg bar. I'm gonna make sure they have a little bit to drink so they know where the water is at, just like everybody else here. And most of the time, newly hatched chicks will just be laying on the ground. They won't be doing much. This is a blue Moran that hatched late on day 22. I threw him in here as well. And I think the trick for hatching shipped eggs is actually letting them rest longer than you think they need to be rested before you start incubating them. So buying eggs from eBay is a very big risk, but I did it just for you guys. I hope you guys learned a little bit from this video. And if you got the extra money to waste and hatch eggs, do it. But if you don't want to waste money on eggs that might not even hatch, this is not for you. You do not want to buy eggs from eBay. And the last thing I just want to say is do your research and look at the egg, look at the description that they post in there. Contact the seller, message the seller, and the seller will actually give you a lot of information. Most seller will actually message you back on how they package their egg, what is available, how other customers have bought eggs from them and have good results, and you will learn a lot just by messaging the seller. Some sellers might not message back. I try to avoid those and I don't buy those, but I hope you guys had a good experience on your own. If you do buy eBay eggs, I hope they do hatch, and I'll see you guys on the next video.